guys, welcome back. It's your girl Kenya, and if this is your first time tuning into my channel, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. Smash that notification bell, y'all. You gotta hit that bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload my next video. Any videos, guys. I also have a playlist that you can check out and see what type of videos I have here on my channel. Binge watch, y'all. If you ain't got nothing else to do, just watch my videos and like them and share them and follow me on my social media. My number on the gram is low. It's crazy how it looks, but with y'all help, it can get up there. And let's just go ahead and jump right into this video. So as you can tell by the title, yes, the dangers of interlocking. Now you guys already probably saying, wait, what's she talking about? Yeah, I interlock my hair. I've always interlocked my hair from day one. I interlock my girls' hair. And if you've watched my videos, you've seen that their hair look beautiful. Their hair looks healthy. My hair, beautiful, healthy for the most part. I still have little issues, but it has nothing to do with my locks or my interlocking journey. I think a lot of people who say that interlocking is dangerous is because they were misinformed. They heard rumors, they ran with it. They did not do their own individual research about it. And I believe that you should always hear both sides. Hear the people who have bad experiences and compare it to the people who've had good experiences. Now, no one touches my hair but me. There is cons to everything that you do. There's cons to traditional locks and there's cons to interlocking. One of the cons that people talk about a lot when it comes to interlocking is that you end up having holes in your locks. And yeah, you have holes in your locks from people who are inexperienced, from people who did not research how to do it, from people who do not know what they're doing. And this can be someone just sitting at home doing it on themselves, or even going inside of a hair salon and talking to a loctician who says they know what they're doing and they don't. So there's so many different ways of it coming out to be a con. You understand? Like, it's not right off the bat. It can't be, because there's too many people that interlock their hair and their hair looks beautiful. They've had interlock locks for years and it looks gorgeous. So you have to ask yourself, when you hear certain things, you really have to ask yourself, well, why did they have a bad experience, and how come this person has a good experience? So I just want, please, people, don't just listen to the first thing that you hear. It's not always true. It's not always true. The holes in the locks, from what I've seen, that comes from not knowing how the rotation is supposed to go. Now, when it comes, honestly, I'm not even going to sit here and talk about rotation, because like I told y'all in other videos, like, I didn't even know until someone asked me in the comments about a rotation. What do I think about rotation? I didn't even know there was a rotation. I didn't even know like a actual rotation. Like people say two rotation, 4 rotation. I just know to never go through the same hole twice, back to back. You never want to do that. That's where the holes come in at. That's where your locks look like they look fake. Okay? That's when it looks like, wait, who was playing in your hair? They say 4-point, I believe they're talking about north, south, east, west. And those are the directions that you're supposed to be going. And so if you're starting off and you never did it before, yeah, you're very, very inexperienced when it comes to hair and you just don't want to pay that money. Yeah, I suggest you look up the videos on YouTube about 4-point rotation or whatever and check it out. Try it one lock. If you're not sure, if you can't see somebody willing to let you try it on them and see exactly what, get a Barbie doll. Do something like that before you just automatically get a conclusion and say, I'm not doing this and this is not right for me. Interlocking is not for everybody. It is not for everyone. Some hair textures, you don't need to interlock. I mean, when it comes to people who have there's some people who have straight hair their hair is extremely straight, and no matter what, it takes a very long time to mat. And I get it. That's why a lot of people with that, problem runs to interlocking, because interlocking, when you interlock, it locks your hair right away. If you do it right, it locks your hair right away. You don't have to go through the whole waiting years and years, because when you do the traditional locks, there's some people who do traditional locks and they literally have to wait like a whole year for their hair to say that their hair is actually locked, like really locked. 6 months to a year. Some people have to wait, and it depends on their hair texture. There's a lot of people who don't have that time, and people who don't want to wait, and I was one of them. I was one of them that did not want to go through the shrinkage, didn't want to go through having to keep twisting my hair and doing all that. And I was already experienced with interlocking, so I went back to interlocking. Another con that people talk about is it pulling your, thinning out your hair and your edges and stuff like that. See, a lot of people go into the lock community. Some people go into the lock community looking at other people's locks to see how neat it is and how they see a style that person have on their hair, and they automatically say, oh, see, that's why I want to have locks. Look how pretty her hair is. Look how neat that is. And she got that style. She could put it in this style, that style. If you're going into the lock community just for styling, I don't think it's right for you. I don't think that's for you. If you only want your hair to be neat all the time, that it's not for you. And that's when you start losing your hair, period. You start losing strands, not just in the front, but in between the locks in the back. You start noticing your parts are getting wider because you're in the hair salon stylist chair every 4 weeks, every 2 weeks, changing your hairstyle. No. You're going to have to deal with those rough days. Like right now, you got to deal with the days. You're going to have to let your hair breathe. You cannot constantly getting your hair retwist. When you interlock, I think the minimum time that you should wait to relock your hair is at least 4 to 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks. If you could go longer, if you want to go longer, then you go longer. The longest I've ever went is 2 months. Give your hair time to grow. You cannot, if you constantly putting that needle in your hair, you constantly manipulating the hair, you're constantly trying to keep that neat style going on, and you can't, if one little strand is out of place, you're like, oh my God, no, I gotta fix this. Or you're constantly interlocking the front, even traditional locks. If you constantly twisting your hair, some people twist too tight. Some people interlock too tight. You have to know when to stop. You have to know, you feel that tension on your scalp. You need to, if somebody's doing your hair, you feel that tension, you need to tap on them and say, hey, that's too tight. When they twist, pulling their hair back and styling it, the strands being pulled one by one. You may not feel it right away, but they're being yanked out one by one. And little by little, you start noticing your hair is going. That needle, if you're not careful, it depends on what type of needle you use too, because I use the crochet needle. Some people don't prefer that. Some people prefer to order the interlocking, like the little needle tool. I have yet to order one. I plan one day to order one, but so far I have never used anything else but that. And if you guys see my girl's hair, you see my hair, like I don't have any problem. And that's because I take my time. I'm not yanking the needle. I'm not doing too much. I let their hair, I interlock my girl's hair once, the minimum once a month. I've went a month and a half before, 2 months before, and it's really on your hair growth, how fast your hair grows. Give it time to grow. Another reason why people would prefer interlocking over corals is, not corals, but traditional locks, is if you're a type of person that likes to go swimming, you're a type of person that like to go to the gym and exercise, you're a type of person that, maybe you live somewhere where it's always rain. I don't know. It's just something involving moisture in your hair all the time. If you're the type of person where you have to wash your hair often, you cannot go, a month or 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, 6 weeks without washing, then traditional locks may not be for you. And that's why a lot of people probably resort to traditional locks, because once you get your first install, you can wash your hair as much as you want because it's not going to come out. This right here, it's not going to come out. It's not going to come out. But when you get your hair retwist, you know you can't get it wet. You can't just go and get it wet. It's going to unravel. And then all that money you just spent at the salon, it was just wasted. So I think that's why a lot of girls who get their hair retwist, they get it styled at the same time. I don't want to always have to style my hair in order to keep my hair twisted. So that's why I chose interlock. I'm not against the traditional locks and twisting my locks, because you guys have seen with my videos where I have twisted my locks before, like when I didn't feel like I had enough new growth, or I just wanted to show you guys in that video what I do when I don't feel like interlocking. I do twist, but it don't last for me because I do go and work out. I get sweaty. I leave my hair down a lot, and I got wet in the rain a couple of times, so my hair was just unraveling, and it was like a waste of time for me. That lasted probably 2 weeks for me. Not even. Little by little, they was unraveling. So yeah, that's why I chose to interlock. But a lot of people have problems for different reasons. So when you come into the trying to make a decision on what you want to do, please don't run with the rumors. Please don't do that. Don't listen to everyone who had a bad experience, because that was them. That was their own individual life, that experience. That was not you. You may find a better loctician that knows what they're doing. Like, I would ask them to show me show me a past client that you've had, and let me see, how their locks is doing and stuff like that. I'm not against any other type of locks, traditional, interlock, the 2-strand twist locks, braid locks. There's so many different other type of locks. There's some that's just done with the crochet needle, with the you make the lock or whatever. I've seen that way. There's so many different type of locks. So before you just judge one lock or judge, you need to find out how, why, what was they doing. Like, I've seen some really bad locks, y'all. I've seen some, you could go online and just type in and you'll see it where the locks are split into two. The reason why when people who have interlock and they have that split into two problem and it looks like a Y, it start looking like it's two different locks attached to one, that's because their rotation is way off. It's way off, and they're repeating the rotation in the same hole and not realizing that that's what they're doing. So I told you I never started out with no like Pacific rotation. I believe from going from all different angles, y'all. I'll start off probably from north to south, and I'll go east to west. But if I have a lot of new growth, I'm going from northeast corner on down, and I'm going from north, south, southwest, or wherever. I'm going different directions because I want it matted, y'all. I want it like lock. I want it to the point where you can't take a comb and comb that out. I want it locked, and that's why I like that way, because I noticed like you can't tell. Like, look at my locks, you can't tell. And then I take the excess flyaways and I wrap it around my locks, so you can't tell half of the time like, oh, she interlocks, unless you all up in there, and I don't need you all up in there. So yeah, guys, so that's about it. I didn't want this video to be too long. I'm probably gonna be cutting out some pieces of it because I don't want it too long. And yeah, so like this video if it helped, guys, or if you just like it, period, just like the video. Share this video, comment down below any thoughts, opinions, your experience, what kind of locks do you have, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Toodles.